Yo, what is up, guys? In this video, I'm basically going to be showing you guys how to actually do a replay review and how I do replay reviews. So, in front of you guys now, you have a game that I played in solo queue last night, and I ended up losing this game about 3-4. So a one-goal game, right? A close game. And I ended up dropping like over 800 points, nearly 900, which might seem like I had a really good game or something, right? But I actually believe that, close games like this are the best ones to learn from because you always have a lot of mistakes and a lot of things that you can kind of adapt from. So let's get right into it. Seems like a fine kickoff. I don't challenge here, which I think is good. I get a touch instead. Now I take time. Did unfortunately miss the boost, so any solo play I have here is not the greatest. We are in a 2v1, and we don't actually score right away, which is unfortunate, but I do just go back here, get the boost. Now I should challenge. Nice, I have the save here. Now I can take this beat because he's going as last man, and I get a great beat, and I end up scoring. So the reason why I went fast here, right, is because I saw that this guy had no boost. He just banged the ball. So now we're on a counterattack, and I'm like, okay, I have a one-on-one. I'm first man, he's last man. He's probably gonna dive this, and if he doesn't dive this, well, any touch I get here like this is still gonna basically, I'm still gonna have control. I'm gonna be chasing behind. But I did have just a gut feeling that he would kind of challenge that because he would think that I would take more time. So I just went fast and I ended up getting rewarded for it. And I do get a free goal for us, right? Pretty standard kickoff, just get the mid boost here. Nice, now we just have a free goal because they messed up. They panicked for no reason there, really no threat. Did not need to jump for that ball and hit it into the wall. So we actually, we started off this game pretty well. But we do end up losing, so. A lot of the mistakes kind of in this game are very interesting. So here I'm just waiting middle, now I go behind. Now I try to just take time here. I do kind of not read the bounce, but it's fine because I have any shot covered. Now here I'm just trying to get at any sort of reset middle, which I do end up getting. I think that's like a fine play, to be honest. Now I just rotate out. Try to get this demo, I don't get it unfortunately. Now I just challenge, I believe. Yeah, I do. So the reason I challenge here is because this guy just got my boost. So now I know that, again, I'm first man. The opponent here who's on the ball is last man. So this is a very favorable challenge for me. If I beat him, it's basically like a really good offensive chance. And if I get beat, well, it's not the greatest, you could say, but I also know that he doesn't have control of the ball here, right? As you can see after he got this touch over there, I know he's in front of the ball now, so he has to wait for the ball to catch up to him, which means if I don't let him wait, and I just challenge, then he'll be able to get a free challenge. Now I just starve, I stay on this, which I don't mind. Should play 50 here. Yeah, I just kept air dribbling a little too long there, should have just taken a 50, but it's not the end of the world. Just get this boost. Free shot. Now, I actually don't score this. The reason I don't score this, some people will say, mechanics or whatever, but what a lot of you can hopefully pick up on is this is how early I jumped for this, right? And one guy is super far behind me and this guy's on backboard, so I have so much more time here just to drive forward and then shoot this later, but I ended up jumping, way too early, and it ends up costing me because I can't get the ball down enough, right? So definitely too early of a jump there. Now we stay middle, good demo, but I'm too close, right? Here as second man, I'm too close. So if I try to actually show you where I should have been, as a second man, you want to usually be further away from your teammate, right? So I should have actually been over here. Now imagine if I'm over here, I can actually score this. I can score this. Yes, I don't get the demo, but I don't actually need this demo. If you look at the play, I could have been there for that pass, and I could have probably scored. Cause that guy was over there, I could have been over here, and I could have gotten to this ball, and I believe I would have scored. Even if I didn't score, my chance of scoring was infinitely higher than the chance, well, of me scoring in that situation, right? I had no chance of scoring. So, yeah, it's really as simple as that. So, now I take time. They just insta-challenge, which is fine. I just get the mid-boost here to zone them, and I do get demoed instead. But I think going for the mid-boost is fine. I think I should just jump, to be honest, to dodge it. And now we do concede here. So This goal comes from two mistakes by me, really. So firstly, I'm not aware of the demo, right? And I should not be getting demoed there. And secondly, once I spawn here, my teammate's already up. Look how long he's jumped for. I need to just be patient here and just wait. So what I mean by that is, I die. Now I spawn. I should just come here, and I should just wait. Literally, like right where I am right now, if I just wait. Look at this. I have the freest ball ever, and if this guy still decided to jump, I would obviously beat him because I'm way closer to the ball, and I'd probably score and we're up 3-0. Or he's maybe, you know, if he's smarter, he's not going to go because he sees that I'm right next to the ball. So then I could just take time, right? Because this guy's out of the play for a bit. Either way, we have an attack rather than, you know, we concede. And the reason we concede here is purely because I just didn't trust my teammate enough. If I'm being honest, right? Like here, I did not fully trust him to have like a touch on this, so I played kind of his miss, and he ended up getting a touch, and it's just a free goal. So that goal was purely because I didn't trust my teammate enough. Pretty standard kickoff again. Just get the mid boost. Go behind now. I'm gonna fake challenge this, I believe. Yeah. Okay, I do pre-jump, which I think is honestly fine. Just he has no play on it. He does get my boost, which is unfortunate, but it's honestly not that big of a threat. I just get one touch to safety, but I came too close here. This guy could have possibly scored. Like here, once I got this pad, here I should already be turning back to backboard, but look how far I drove forward before I turned away. So then I was only able to get to the goal line quite late. So if that guy didn't have like as little boost as he actually did, he could have scored. Now here I just wait on this boost for a while because we're not attacking. I don't really need to be middle on pads or anything like that. Now here, the opponent just gives me the ball, right? And I've jumped for this. Now here, what I did wrong is that I didn't look at my opponents, right? If you like think about this play, you know that, well, one of them is really, really far away, right? One of them is all the way back there. Oh, if I could go into fly. This guy's back here, kind of far. He's also facing away. And this guy, well, we just saw that he just flew out of the play. So here, there's no reason for me to flip. I could just take one soft touch here, and then I could take this down into a dribble, and then I can, play air dribble bump. I can play flick. I can play bounce dribble, whatever. I have a lot of options, which I do not have because I just flip into the ball. And I go for a shot, which, like, realistically, from this little momentum, I'm not scoring here. I'm not very likely to score here, so kind of just a troll on my part, and now I left my teammate in a 1v2 as well by overcommitting here. You should never be jumping for demos or bumps, really. Because the thing is, I jump here, or I flip rather, now I'm in their corner, and I'm never getting back to this ball, right? So it's just a pure 1v1 here. And what ends up happening is my teammate just gets the save because, the play was kind of poor. But there's always a universe, where that guy, the opponent, is better in 1v1, and he maybe scores, right? And that's just tie game for literally no reason. So what I should have done here instead was I should have just went for the drive demo, right? So land here, boom, literally just drive forward right now. And now I would be in this exact same spot, but then I would go like this. Then I would just go back on this pad line, and I would be back. But I'm not back just because I went for a really stupid demo with a flip, right? Now here I can just chase this. I don't read, which is fine. I just get the boost and go behind, I believe. Yep. Now I take this. Okay, I didn't take. Never mind. That's fine. I just wait. I have all of these 50s. There's absolutely no threat here. I try to take time, but he ends up cutting, which I think is honestly fine because he just gives my teammate the ball. Psych. He doesn't give my teammate the ball. Because once again, here, I've seen that my teammate was not going this entire time, right? From here, I'm like, he's not jumping, he's not jumping, he's not jumping, he's still not jumping, he's still not jumping. And now, So I was like, I'll try and force, I'll try and, you know, make him do something since my teammate's just waiting in net. And at this kind of at the same time, maybe leaving a little bit before me, I'm not too sure. He ends up jumping as well, which just leads to a double commit, which, okay, it's kind of at the same time. But the thing is, this double commit is fine if my touch went to the corner, but it didn't, because I had no boost, so I got a bad touch. So again, this is kind of just not trusting my teammate. Literally the second goal from this exact reason. And even if you want to get nitpicky about this, like, there's no need to double jump. Like, that guy's not on the ball. If I actually looked at the opponent, I would have seen that he's not on the ball. So firstly, I could have full left it for my teammate. And secondly, even if I still wanted to hit this, I could have single jumped and then flipped to hit it into the corner, rather than to like do this awkward little double jump, which is just like, it's just really bad. So 2 goals this game that I've conceded from purely not trusting my teammate. But the scoreboard says I'm, you know, the best player in the lobby, right? Like, sure, offensively I've done decently, but 2 goals have been pretty much purely my fault, right? Which is kind of another story, but the scoreboard is often very deceptive. So, yeah. It's not everything that you should be looking at. Good save there. Now we get bumped. Teammate has time. See, this is kind of what I was doing before, and what, well, didn't happen before is right now the opponent did this, where he full committed. Oh, these are some crazy camera settings, by the way, but this guy full committed for a demo and then full committed for a boost as well. And that's why, you know, well, they concede here, because they leave him in a 1v1, and my teammate, instead of, you know, unlike the opponent, my teammate actually ends up scoring the 1v1. So we just get a free goal there. I take those, and I'm like, yeah, we're back in this game. This is just panic. Here again, look at your opponents. He's just behind the ball, he's not doing anything. Like, in this kind of situation where you're like getting beat to the cheat, right? He's so much closer to the ball. I just have to play ball here and 50 it if I'm even gonna go. And if I'm not gonna go, then I just have to like fake. But like, I kind of panicked and like played his touch onto the side rather than his, like, you know, where the ball is now. But I do recover and make a good save. Now I just chase this out quickly, which I don't mind. I could have also just gotten back left and waited a bit more patiently, but I don't honestly mind the chase in my opinion. Now I'm waiting. Goes behind me. I'm just gonna wait here. I should have faked this in my opinion. I was gonna say I think I fake here because I think it's the right play here because he's beating, but like his touch leads to nothing. So here, what I would do, or well, what I should have done, is I would just turn over this way. Because then, you know, any pinch he gets or touch he gets is gonna come around this way. So if I'm just facing this way and I go here, I can take this across onto this wall. Huge empty amount of space, right? Whereas like here I essentially took a 50, which goes middle, and this guy's a free shot for no real reason. Kind of double commit again by me and teammate, but I think this one's actually my ball, and I think it's because I'm on backboard. I feel like in a situation where okay, he went for a squish as well, but one guy's in net, one guy's backboard. I feel like personally, always backboard should challenge, or you know, not challenge, but like, you know, get the save, right? If it's like if he's making a solo play where he takes time and goes slow, then the guy in net would challenge and the guy backboard would just wait. But if it's just a shot and you need to make the save, I think backboard gets it in my opinion. So I think this is my ball. I think it's a good save. Kind of an unnecessary bang again. Like, I could have taken time here, and then if he went, then I could have 50'd. But here I just kind of ended up banging the ball away. So he just got a free possession. And now this is where it kind of gets troll. So I just pre-jump here for no reason, and I get a pretty bad pre-jump, and then my teammate is kind of doing nothing and is getting really awkward. So this goal is on both me and teammate. Firstly, it's on me in the sense that I should not be pre-jumping here. So the reason I shouldn't pre-jump, well, a lot of people might think this is a good pre, but the thing is there's 2 kind of phases to each like play on like aerial play like this, right? There's the setup phase and then the play itself. And this guy is in the setup phase. And one rule about pre-jumping that you want to have, that my SSL friend told me, that's I think is like super useful, is you never want to pre-jump people while they're in the setup phase, because then they have the most control of the ball and they can like change direction, go over you, go above you, go below you, whatever. They can do all of those things all the time. So what ends up happening is this guy just controls and he ends up just kind of going low, a bit lower than I thought, and I have to get an awkward touch with my flip, if you look at this, because he's going like kind of below me here. I'm expecting him to go high, 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 and then I'm like dropping down, and now I'm below the ball. So then I have to flip to even reach this, you know, high, because it's just kind of weird. I didn't expect him to air dribble like that. So then my touch is bad, and my teammate, well, is just kind of in an awkward spot, because this entire time, he's playing my beat here. Look at him, he's sideways. He's expecting me to get this beat. He's not playing defensively. But then I get a bad touch, and then now he's awkward. And then here he can't jump for the double tap save, because, well, he's getting demoed if he does that. So it's kind of just a bad play by me in terms of bad pre-jump. And then, you know, teammate obviously had a bit of poor positioning, but it doesn't matter, right? Because we're reviewing me. And at this point, I'm already on 837 points, or 835 points with 7 saves. And this is still my fault. All 3 goals have been just me absolutely selling, right? So I kind of picked this game to illustrate that you can have like a quote-unquote good game and still it can be your fault that you lose. Now here, I don't mind this play, but I think here, like, I thought that he would challenge me instead of floating. I don't know why he's floating, to be honest. If I, again though, looked at the opponent mid-air, so here, if I looked at him here and I saw that he was floating, I could have slowed down and went for like a reset or just a softer touch or a 50-50 with that guy, and maybe this could have been a goal, but instead I went for the hard touch middle. Didn't get the, you know, the bounce actual middle, but I got it straight down, which is kind of bad in that situation. And now here, in real time, I can tell you that I definitely blame my teammate for this. I'm gonna be fully honest, right? I was like, okay, they just shot, my teammate has the easiest save of his life, and he ends up just like rolling on his side to, you know, pass me. And I was like, yeah, okay, my teammate's just like horrible at the game. What I didn't realize was firstly that he got bumped, and then I think even if you're bumped, I think if he just backflips, like half flips this, he still saves this, to be honest. But the thing is, like, this is a goal that is very easy to blame on your teammate, but it's actually still my fault. So the reason it's my fault is because here, what should you do here? If you guys made it this far into the video, think along. What do you think I should do right now? I'll give you 3 seconds to think about it. Pause the video if you need to. What should my next move be in this situation? 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, in this situation, I'm rotating back, the ball's on the left side, my teammate's first man, I'm last man, this guy's gonna probably go for this ball, and I should be rotating back post. So I should be going this pad, and then maybe these 2, or maybe even just the 1, and then I come around like this, right? Pretty standard. So if I try to kind of play that through, like, as I'm here, right? And guess who's here to have the easiest save of his life? Me. But I'm not here because instead of rotating back post, I rotated through the play, ball side, ended up getting this boost and turning forwards rather than backwards. Because even if I got this boost, right? So even if I'm over here, and now I get this boost, and I drive this way, I still have this save. But I still should have rotated back post in my opinion. But even if I went for the other way, I would have still had the save. The reason I don't have the save is because I rotated wrong, right? I should have went back post. But instead, I stayed ball side, ended up not being in a position to make the save. 4 goals that are on me, even though I have 7 saves, even though, you know, I've had a good defensive performance. Here I take time, but the play is just pretty bad. So like, I did not want to kill this bounce, to be honest. And then once I did, like here I should probably like try and cut to the left or something. I need to create like some sort of play on this, but like just faking like this doesn't really do much. But I do get the boosts, and then it's fine. But Yeah, now I try to fake this guy, and I do actually end up faking him, which is great. He just bangs it, which I was like, no, I have time here. No need to bang. But then I'm like, okay, it's still fine. And in this situation, like, this should be a goal, to be honest. This should be a goal every time. So 1v1, he's stuck on backboard. This should be a goal. And I end up dribbling it. And I end up going high. And he saves it. And I'm also going, front post. So the reason, like, I go front post is because I kind of didn't catch it well, right? I don't have perfect control of this ball. Like, I caught it all the way on the left side of my car. So I really can't go under, like, back post with the shot. And the reason I actually went high is because I thought that he would jump down and try to challenge me from backboard. I thought that he would just drop down and try to chow, but he actually just stayed patient and waited, and then he chowed so late that he was still covering kind of both the high and the low, so I ended up getting a bad shot. So this, again, was a situation where I should have definitely scored. And we lose this game where I have, a lot of points, and a lot of, impactful moments, but also a lot of bad moments. So I think this is really a great game to portray that, like, you can, in your opinion, like, you can play well or have a good game or whatever, and it can still be your fault, right? And that's completely fine. Because the thing is, like, you're not going to have every single game that you play be, like, perfect, right? Like, no one has a perfect game. Really, no one. Like, Prime Zen did not have, like, perfect games, right? Everyone makes mistakes. So you can learn from every loss. So, like, for the main takeaways from this game was a couple times I could have taken time, right? For sure. Should have looked at my opponents more, taken more time, because I banged the ball multiple times unnecessarily. Defensively, I should have just trusted my teammate more, right? Like the first two goals were fully just not trusting my teammate. This goal was me pre-jumping, right, in the setup phase, like we talked about before. Don't want to do that. And then the last goal was not rotating back post, right? Which is like a lot of things. Those are a lot of kind of separate mistakes. But this is why, you look at more than one replay. So you'd look at maybe 2 replays, but also, even from 1 replay. Like, from this replay alone, I would say the biggest point that I got was to take time more. Yes, I didn't concede because I didn't take time. I didn't concede from, like, banging the ball away, but I did lose possession multiple times from it. So, which then led me to having, which led me to getting, scored on afterwards. So definitely that was kind of the main point I got from that. So this is what you want to do with your reviews, just go through the game, focus especially, on the goals, right? Each goal that I conceded here, kind of paid extra attention to, looked at what I could have done better and all that stuff. And it just makes it easy to find out what you're actually doing wrong. And especially what you want to do is, like, you want to kind of take these notes. So right now I literally wrote down for myself, take time more, look at your opponents. And that's going to be my kind of focus for the next, like, few days. Because I saw from this game that, well, I wasn't doing that enough, and that kind of cost me a little bit. So that's kind of my main focus, and that's how you find your main focus. And if you enjoyed this video and you like how I explain things and all that, I am a coach on Metafy, where I do these same replay reviews, one-on-one coaching, where I just go through like 2 to 3 of your replays, and I just give you your main kind of mistakes, what you should have, what you did wrong, what you should have done instead, what I would do, all these good things. So if you're interested in that, it'll be the first link in the description. So I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.